Okay, so in this we are going to learn the next concept, that is missing data. So what do you mean by missing data? We are going to consider the data set. Data sets consist of number of record as well as number of column. The some values are missing, so it can be say as a missing data. So missing data is represented with the help of NAN. So in last lecture we discussed about what do you mean by NAN. So I write here uh, missing data. So I this is my title. So under this title we are going to cover most of the concept. So this is the markdown for me, and try to run it. Okay, so data come up with missing value. So data is come up with the missing value, and we are going to interact with the missing value, and these value are represented with the help of null. So we are using null is used to represent the data. So I write here null is used to represent the data. And when we consider the some programming language in which null is represented with the help of different nomenclature, let's say NA may be used, NULL is also used, some programming language use capital NULL. So these are the some value which is to be used by to representing the null value. Now as I consider missing value, that is missing value, so I consider null value is nothing but a missing value. So I write here missing value is also represent using empty string. So let's say empty string is considered as a missing value. Then in pandas, because we are going to focus on pandas, so pandas in which missing value is represent using capital N, small a, capital N. Okay, so in this lecture we focus on null value. So first question is arise, what do you mean by NAN? What do you mean by NAN? So I select this is the markdown, and here I'm going to write my question. What do you mean by NAN? NAN means what? So I select this is the heading, select heading, and try to run. Now when I consider NAN value in pandas, comes from numpy. So missing value may be used or display in various ways. We are going to use different approach to represent the none value. So as I consider Python is my base programming language, with the help of Python I'm going to perform an operation. So in Python it represents with the help of NAN, it's NAN and small NAN. Okay, so these are allowed, all are same. So I write here all are same or equivalent, so it's fine. Then now I'm going to import NAN from numpy. So how you are going to import? So I write here my second heading, that is importing NAN from numpy. So I'm going to import NAN from numpy. So this is the markdown for me, and try to run it. So example is from numpy we are importing. So I write from numpy import NAN and small n. So in this way we are going to import the NAN. So NAN is basically used to represent the empty value. So here I write this is the code for me, so I'm going to run this code. So it's running. Okay, there is any error? No, here I'm not getting any error, so it's perfect. Now the data is missing because we are going to consider the data set and some values are missing. So there is no concept of equality. There is no concept of equality because when I consider some data is missing, so you are not going to assume that this is related to exact result because it is nothing but the error. It is nothing but the error. So we can say that NAN is not to be equivalent to 0 or any empty string. So I write here empty string. So empty string is represented by single quote without any space. So I select this is the markdown, and then we are going to discuss some equality tests. So some equality test in Python. So we are going to use Python to check some equality test of NAN value. So I write here print statement. For that I'm going to consider another cell. So I write here print, then NAN equal to true. NAN equal to true. NAN is equivalent to true. So try to run. It reflects false. So it's perfect. Then we are going to discuss NAN is equal to false. It is equal to false. So yes, it is equal to false. So it reflects false. It means that value of NAN is not true. So it's a false. It is not true. Value of NAN is false. No, it is not false. So it's a false. Then we discuss some more equality test. So I write here print NAN is equivalent to 0. NAN is equivalent to 0. We are going to replace the value of NAN with the help of 0. So computer reflect false. You are not going to replace the value of NAN with the help of 0. Then I write here print NAN is equivalent to empty. NAN is equivalent to empty string. So we just check NAN is equivalent to empty string. So again it reflects value of NAN. You are not going to replace with the help of empty string. So always keep in mind, when your data consists of NAN, you are not going to write 0. You are not going to replace it with the help of empty string because it reflects the different result, or it reflects a different meaning. So always you are going to consider when we people perform an operation using NAN. So we are not supposed to replace with the help of 0 or missing value. Now we are going to consider some more equality tests. So here I write it's a print NAN is equivalent to NAN. NAN is equal to NAN. So we just check. It is also false. So you are not going to consider the one NAN is equivalent to another NAN. Both are reflecting false result. Then we are going to compare some other equality. So I write here NAN is equivalent to small NAN. So we just check. It is also false. Again I'm going to consider here NAN is equivalent to capital NAN. Then this is also reflecting the false. And last combination I'm going to check, that is NAN, small NAN is equivalent to capital NAN. So it also reflecting the false result. So it is to be observed that when we are going to consider the NAN value is not mix with another NaN value, then we are going to compare with one NaN value with another, means we are going to compare two NaN value, it reflect the false result. It means that both are not same. Then both are not same. Then after that, when we are going to consider NaN, it is equal to 0. No, it is not equal to 0. It is equal to empty string. No, it is not equal to empty string. Then we are going to write here pandas has built-in method. Pandas had built-in method. So there are a number of methods are available to test for a missing value. So we discuss how we are going to test. For that purpose, I required pandas, so I import pandas here first. How to import panda? I write import panda as a PD. So try to run it. So it runs successfully. There is no error. Now we are going to check how to handle NaN value using pandas. So I write here print inside the bracket. I write PD dot is null. Then NaN value. PD dot is null is NaN value. Then it reflect true. We are going to check PD dot is null is equal to NaN. Yes, it reflect true. Then same for small NaN, same for capital NaN. So I write here NaN, it also reflect it is a null value. Yes, I'm going to check for capital NaN, so it also reflect it is a null value. So in this way you are going to handle using pandas. Then we are going to check it is not null. So here we are going to check the condition for null is a null, so it's a positive, so it reflects true. We are going to discuss it's not null, so I write here print PD dot not null. Then I write capital N, small a, capital N. Then it reflect it is not null. Then it reflect false. It is a null value. So we are going to check for remaining two. Here is capital NaN. Try to run. This is also reflecting the false result. Then I write small NaN. It is also reflecting the false result. So in this way, we are going to handle NaN value in pandas.